Welcome, friends and fans, to this edition of GalaxyCon Talks, Oklahoma City. That's right. What we're going to do here for the next, for how long it sort of takes is Elena and I, we're going to kind of do a primer, infomercial, resource, training class, tutorial.
101.
Yeah, whatever, any variant you can for all of our hopefully new friends in Oklahoma City area that have never been to a GalaxyCon. And we may be doing some other interesting stuff that our friends in our other markets, our old friends in our other markets may be interested in. And of course, in the chat room, any of our veteran GalaxyCon attendees or even viewers from GalaxyCon Live want to help out and feel free to answer any of the questions that we got going on in the chat room. Feel free to do this. Again, GalaxyCon is all about making new friends and all that sort of fun stuff. Hi, I am Patty, and I am joined by my amazing co-host, Elena. And since we are here talking about new conventions and stuff like this, let me ask you, what was your first comic book convention, Comic-Con? There's lots of names for it, but what was your first?
So my first convention, actually, I was only 10 years old. I had older cousins that I thought were so cool, who I learned were actually huge nerds. So I've been going my whole life, and now working at GalaxyCon, I get to make it my whole world, and it's really the best. What about you, Patty?
Well, asking this about you, when you were at that first show, I mean, do you felt like you may have been a little daunted at first? Did you have any idea what you were in for and going into that?
I think I saw more at that first convention than I had seen in my entire 10 years of life at that point.
Yeah, I probably said too. I've always said my first show was 1983, which gives you an idea how old I am. And but again, I felt, and that was sort of the impetus for putting this together, because at that age, again, I've always said this too. And people for years have always said, "Hey, Patty, what do you look for at a show?" Before I became a professional, and I always say, I look for something that I never knew existed. You know, and there's something to be said about you going in there with your fandoms that you love and and you find the kinship, and it's like, oh wow, there's somebody cosplaying as that weird anime that I thought I was only a fan of. Hey, you're cosplaying this way too. And it was like, it's always been like that. The shows and the titles of the shows and the franchises have changed, but the energy is still there. It's all about discovery and social media, and it's just all about discovery.
And that's why we're so excited to come to Oklahoma, to give everybody here a place that you guys can come, find those mutual friends, find the people that love the exact same niche episode of the niche fandom that you adore.
Absolutely. And as I always said, like, hey, if you always see something interesting, don't be afraid to go up to somebody, as long as they're not sitting down having lunch. Like, hey, what is this character? I've seen a couple of them most of the time, and they'll be glad to tell you. And as always, please ask permission before you take a photo. That's the first one of the early rules we're getting in, but we got lots of other things we want to share. And as always,
I just want to real quick bring up Heather. You said you're going to be your first convention. We are so excited to be your first one. We hope to make it absolutely amazing. Oh, same too, cupcake drawers. Oh my gosh, we have so many first timers, which is why it's great that you guys are here. We're going to give you all of the ins and outs of what you need to know to going into your first convention.
So if everyone's ever been to any of the attractions, Disney World, Universal Studios, Kings Island, any of those, you kind of
Ohio people.
Yeah, exactly.
All of them.
I was an Indiana boy, so it was the next thing over. The old man never took us. That's like, I've talked about this with my therapist. Never mind. All right. So anyway, the main thing, what we're going to talk about is we're going to go into some nuts and bolts, and basically get the idea is try to give everyone the scope of all the amenities that we offer, so that while we've still got like a whole week ahead of us, that maybe in your head you thought you might have just gone in blind. It is fine. Or maybe you might want to look at the total schedule, maybe make your own little checklist, but still leave a little wiggle room for exploration and those moments of opportunity.
So one thing I want to break up, you said next week. Yep, it is coming right up. We are coming the 24th to the 26th. This is next weekend. So if you don't have your tickets yet, this is the time to do it now. We also actually have a ticket giveaway going on in our link in bio or link in the description. So both of those are great options if you want to be part of the fun right now.
And as always, and we'll say this a bunch of times, you can always go to GalaxyCon.com. We have a whole plethora of information. And if worst comes to worst, always write to us at info@GalaxyCon.com.
Ooh, that is so true.
Absolutely, absolutely. So before we get to the nuts and bolts, also another thing we're going to do with this broadcast is we're going to show some clips of some of the guests that we've got lined up. And I think we're gonna run the first one.
Ooh, that sounds good to me.
All right, now we do this surprise style, or Elise, our awesome producer. Should I announce this? Should I tease this, or do we just want to go on into it?
We'll just go on into it. Let's do it.
All right, let's bring up one of my favorite all-time Star Trek friends, Star Trek buddies, Star Trek The Next Generation, and of course, Night Court, which was just done in the reboot. Show us a little Brent Spiner.
The question is, between doing film, TV, or theater, plays, which would you rather do if both opportunities came up at the same time?
To me, it really doesn't matter. It's all the same. Acting is acting, and you just on stage you just are louder, and in television you're a little quieter, and then in film you just think it, and that's the way it works.
Hey, and we're back. Little taste of Brent. I got to tell you, I've had the pleasure of hosting Brent several times, both on stage and virtually. And I've actually worked with him at his table. He's absolutely one of the nicest, genuinest, and really is one of the funniest celebrities I've ever met in my life. He has got the driest and sharpest wit, and he's always gracious to his fans. He's always going to take time for his fans. We'll get into a little more on that and the experiences and expectations and all that fun stuff too. But let's go into a little bit more about planning your day, and that starts with the floor plan.
Oh yeah.
Now we have it published online, correct?
Yes, we do. If you go on right now, you can find all different floors and where everything will be, from vendor tables to panel rooms to everything in between.
Now we have a couple of amenities we do. We have a VIP deluxe area, correct?
Yes, we do. For all of our very special VIP ticket holders, we have your own area, and they'll have ATM, it'll have a place to sit, and just kind of like your own little area.
As well. And of course, we have a separate interest as well for anyone who requires ADA attention.
Yep. That is so true. So we have an info booth, and we have a bunch of different areas that if you need any assistance, you can go on right up and they will be more than happy to help you. We have the best customer service around.
Now, I believe one of our amenities for VIP is also your badge is also a fast pass.
Ooh, yes. That is something that is one of GalaxyCon's favorite thing, is to give back to the people that are our VIP ticket holders, as well as any of our hotel members, any of the people that have our hotel blocks. So you will get, if you are a VIP ticket holder, your ticket is your badge. You can just walk up to the fast pass line and there you go. Ding. And then obviously you'll have to, if you are in a hotel, you'll have to go up and get a button. This is also true for our ADA members. You will also be able to have a fast pass accessible button.
And of course, if you're bringing on any bags or any props, we do have, of course, we have a check area as it is too, because safety and security is paramount to our guests and our patrons and everyone else inside the building. So if you have a prop, all of our cosplayers out there, we do have a prop check service. It's real quick. We're just going to look it on over, and then we'll be it'll be checked on through.
Wait, I can't just bring my metal sword in?
We have rules. We have rules. You can bring your foam rubber sword in. That's what I do when I do my Highlander cosplay. I have my foam rubber replica of a Chikiti sword and all that fun stuff. There is a huge list of things that are allowed and things, unfortunately, we cannot allow inside the building. And please, again, GalaxyCon.com have a full list of that. Implore everyone, especially of our cosplay friends, because you're brand new to us, please check out that list before you come on in, especially all you Deadpool and Punisher cosplayers wanting to do a full loadout. Look at the list first, okay? There are pseudo firearm things available. Nerf guns.
Yeah.
Nerf guns are always safe.
One quick thing I do want to add too is we are also selling a bunch of really cool swords, props on our exhibitor floor too. Those, if you're going to carry around, also have to stop by prop check real quick. And also, I just noticed, I think it left, but we had a comment saying VIP is totally worth it. I could not agree more. I think it is the best way to experience GalaxyCon is with a VIP package.
Now, speaking of, you mentioned carrying stuff throughout the day. We have Oklahoma, we have a brand new thing that's starting with you and that our other locations do not have. We have our own branded lockers.
That's so true. You can actually reserve them right now on our website. So if you expect to be getting a huge haul of art, props, figures, and you don't want to carry them around all day, you can pre-reserve our locker. We have 3 different sizes as well as bonus storage. So it is 100% the smart way to go if you are someone that loves to shop.
Well, again, I just can't tell you all the times I would just be one of those guys with those huge bags carrying it around. It got to the point where I would actually have to take out all the action figures because I would do it anyway. But I would take it out of the right there at the show, and I would unfortunately fill up an entire garbage bag of all the boxes and the props and everything else because I would put it on in and I'd keep on going for my haul and for more. And if I had had a locker room available, that would have changed the game tremendously, and it would have alleviated the work of all the custodial staff. So I retroactively apologize to them throughout the 90s for making their job a little bit harder. So, with that being said, we got anything else in that area?
I think that covers the bulk of it. Oh, one thing we do want to quickly add is letting you guys know that we will be at the Oklahoma City Convention Center. So if you are planning, if you're near there, that's where we will be in next week.
I thought we were at the bowling alley.
Oh, sorry to disappoint. I would have loved to play a game.
No, that's fine. That's like what, like 2027? We'll somehow bring a bowling alley to these shows.
GalaxyCon bowling alley. I actually.
All right, let's stop it right there. Our boss will get ideas.
Although G-Bot would make a great bowling ball.
That's true. Oh, by the way, in case you do not know, our GalaxyCon mascots are Galaxy Girl and G-Bot. I got G-Bot right on here.
I can show you. They're on my shirt right now. They are our super cute mascots.
And soon, eventually, we're gonna be doing some projects with them.
Mm-hmm.
Some graphic novels, stuff like that. Like, shh. Yeah, you can get it on the down low. Anyway, stuff like that too. All right, I think we're covered on that. What do you say we run some clips from some of the more interesting guests we got lined up?
Yeah.
Okay, producer Elise, we ready to roll this? Okay, all right, let's roll the next one. I believe he's going to be the star of Arrow, Doctor Who, and Torchwood, John Barrowman himself. Play it.
Is it hard being so beautiful?
What?
Is it hard being so beautiful?
I didn't hear you. Come again?
Is it hard being so beautiful?
Isn't it beautiful being so? Never mind.
Hold on. Hey, and we're back. And by the way, that was one of the rare clips right there when he's just answering the question. It does the question, but understand, John Barrowman does an entire performance.
Mm-hmm.
He does an entire performance. I mean, put it this way. If I introduce him, I'm literally just going to introduce him and then I'm going to run away and that's it. And he's just going to have some fun. He absolutely is one of the most amazing guests at the shows. He puts out 110% for the energy and he is just an absolute delight. So if you're a Barrowman fan, you're definitely going to be. You're in for a double treats. I'll tell you, it's the house way too. Yeah. So, all right, what's next?
I think, you know what? Let's treat them to one more.
Okay.
So this is one for some of our more animation-based fans. It's super, super popular and one of the most fun things to watch right now. We have the guests of Hazbin Hotel coming to Oklahoma City.
So we're going to go to hell for the next 30 seconds.
What is your most emotional moment in the show?
I think obviously there's moments with Val that are really emotional, but the one that I keep coming back to and probably my favorite moment in episode 4 as well is when he comes back home to the hotel, you apologize, and he actually says like, Jolly, it's okay. My voice is shot. Fuck. It's okay. I forgive you, and that is like, it's just nice. It's really
It's friendship.
Yeah. How about you, Amir?
No emotions.
Not that I did, nothing, but that I watch. I said it already. The I love that you're my daughter. I love that you're my father more than anything. Like literally makes me cry when it just hits in such a way. And then also like your voices are so fucking perfect in that moment.
Did we get that? Did somebody write that down? Did Amir just compliment me?
It's great.
Y'all know mine. You must, right? Sorry? No. When everything happens in episode 8.
What are you talking about? Nothing
Y'all,
happened.
when I'm telling you, that's what, I couldn't. I read it and I cried. I watched it and I cried. I did it and I cried.
So so freaking excited. It's going to be a blast.
I am, and I freely admit I'm a really recent convert to Hazbin Hotel. One of the things I do when it's a brand new property I don't know anything about, at one particular show, I do a late night thing called Make Me a Fan, which is I invite all the fans. So at our show in Richmond, I had a whole house of Hazbin fans at that same show. And I said, all right, guys, you got 45 minutes to make me a fan of this show. And they did. And I am so excited. I'm so excited that we got this amazing cast coming the other way. And speaking of cast and all these amazing actors, actresses, and comic book artists and stuff like that, we should talk a little bit about where people can find them.
Absolutely. You can meet guests all weekend long at GalaxyCon. Some guests are only on certain days, so make sure to check our guest pages to know who will be where, when, and throughout the whole weekend. So that way you can meet everybody who you want to meet.
Absolutely.
We got one fan who was excited for Alex Brightman, and another fan who's just excited for everything, which I agree with.
All right. We were talking about photo ops.
Oh, that's a great lead-in, since we're talking about all of our amazing celebrities.
Okay, if you're not familiar with it, okay, here when we say photo ops, what we're talking about is that we a service that we offer, and if you are a veteran of other conventions and stuff this way too, this is the professional photo op. This is where we have a background similar to this with lighting, and we use the 5 bazillion megapixel cameras to take a photo of you and a guest or multiple guests. We do like cast reunions and things like that. And
I think one of the ones we have is a cast of, if you are a fan of Blue's Clues, we have all 3 of them coming, which is a really exciting one. I think we also have, I mean, obviously we have so many people from Star Trek that we're so excited to have too. These are just a few of the options of photo ops that you can expect that are actually live on our site right now.
Absolutely. Now these are you can be prepay or you can pay on site, but they are scheduled, and they're sort of hard scheduled too. We do have to keep a tight shit up on that. So make sure that you check it. You pick a day. Make sure you pick a day you're going to attend. Make sure that on your block, and again, going back to the sort of amusement park sort of thing, make a loose plan and make sure that you've got, okay, oh, I want to go to this Q&A, and oh, I want to make sure I want to do this. And there's usually multiples.
Yep.
For some of the larger guests, we may do multiples a day, but again, check the schedule. And also too, be aware as well that every celebrity is going to have their own little sub rules going on into it. There are some that might be really cool and high-fiving and stuff this way too. And there are some that they might have a line, okay, stay on that side of the line, stay on this side of the line. It's going to change everyone, but the main thing is our staff will absolutely let you know and go on in there and just make it. And I always tell everybody too, the night before, put on what you're wearing and look in front of the mirror and be all like, okay, like you're the celeb. So I'm like, so go ahead and try it out of the way too. And make sure you get your face on and all that fun stuff and check out the way too. And remember, just going in there, have absolutely fun. It's your moment. It's going on your wall. It's going on your social media.
Say also, Ashley, that is a great point, that the tattoo bundles are so cool. Yep, one of the things that we're running in Oklahoma, this is a Saturday only exclusive special, is we are having a tattoo and photo op bundle. So this means that we have a certain list. I think George Takei is on there. I think, let me find, yep, Ross Marquand, Austin St. John. These are a few of the celebrities that we're running this special package for, where you get not only a photo op with them, but they will either sign or get a, specific, fun fandom-based tattoo, and you get that whole package together. Because all weekend long, we also have tattooing, which is something that I'm super excited for. I love tattoos.
So we're talking about the thing where they do the autograph on your arm, and then you go have it tattooed over, so their autograph is permanently on you.
River City Tattoo. Yes, they are they're our tattoo group. They come to a lot of our shows, and they could not be better. I personally have a couple of their tattoos, and I know actually a lot of our staff is, big fans, as well as all of our attendees.
So we're doing it with George Takei, who's absolutely one of the sweetest men possible. Ross Marquand, the voice of Professor X and the X-Men 97 continuation, and the Zombie Show, and a bunch of other animation stuff, and one of the absolutely the nicest, coolest guys you could ever possibly imagine. One thing I'm very proud about GalaxyCon is that we get nice celebrities. we get people that are really so excited to meet their fans. They're really excited to give them their moment. And I'm so glad we have this too, because the whole tattooing thing, I'm so glad we started doing tattooing. This is.
I think one more thing to touch on before we head off of photo ops is, if you can get there 15, 20 minutes early, the earlier, the better. The line fills up, the time goes by.
There is going to be a line. I believe VIPs do get their VIP bump in that line, but there is going to be a line. There always is, and just expect that and look that in the mix as well too. But again, all this information we found at GalaxyCon.com, and if that doesn't work, it was always info@GalaxyCon.com. You can email us. So what's next? Want to do a run?
Yeah.
Want to do a run?
I mean, I know before I said one of the photo op options we could get is Blue's Clues, and we also have a clip of those super, super fun guys. If we want to maybe roll that.
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to know what it was like for all of you to come back and reprise your roles as you were trying to find Blue in New York City.
I love being Steve now. I love it. It's such a joy. It's so fun. Because we kind of said, okay, well, what happened to Steve, right? And then we decided he went to school, right? He went to college for forensics, and now he's the world's crappiest detective. And that's so fun, and it's so great to have no responsibilities. I just kind of show up and eat a cookie or say a funny line or something. Josh has to do all the hard work. And they decided it'd be a good idea to put Donovan and I in a hotel room together for 2 weeks, which was so fun. So the movie was a joy. It's absolutely among one of my most favorite Blue's Clues memories. And reprising that role in particular and reconnecting with the show in that way was wonderful.
Great, by the way. See what I did there?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, of course, the other big thing, too, is the autographs. And one thing I will say, trailing off from the photo ops thing, too, if you're not familiar with this, the photo op is an in and out sort of thing. There's really not a lot of time for talking or being able to say, oh, I love your Cosplay too. It's a real quick, come on in, click, next, thank you, move on. And that's why you want to practice on that.
Yep.
Now, the autograph table, on the other hand, that's where you probably get a little more opportunity for a little interaction. Okay, I could maybe ask that question or just say, so what about this? What's your favorite episode? What's this? Like, that's your moment right on there. Let's go. What else can we have at our autograph area?
Yeah.
Besides autographs.
Well, so you can also do, some of the celebrities offer table selfies. Other celebrities, you know, they're just like Patty said, really excited to just answer a question. One big thing that we do want to remind everybody is certain celebrities accept cash only at certain tables. We have ATMs all around our exhibitor hall, but be ready to check online to see what autograph prices run for. Or a good way to be super prepared is get your autographs online right now.
Yes, absolutely do that. Check that out too. And again, everybody does have their own little, it's up to individual celebrity and stuff like that. But everybody accepts cash.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody accepts cash. And again, we have the ATMs there. We have plenty of ATMs there, and we have them scheduled for usual refills. Can they say?
Yay!
We're back.
We had a technical issue. Sorry. Okay, everything's fine.
Everything's great.
It's Mo's fault. Mo, come here. Mo, come here. Mo, come here. Mo, apologize to the audience.
I'm sorry, guys.
Thank you, Mo. Just don't let it happen again. That's Mo. He's one of our producers, one of our hosts, and one of our amazing guys. So he's don't worry, it'll be next time. It'll be my fault. So autograph runs on down. There will be lines. We have line control. Again, if you've been to the attractions, Disney World, stuff this way, we'll have everything sort of snaked on out. We'll have somebody there in line, and we'll have somebody usually there too, letting you know what it is. And again, there's usually a manager or an agent or something this way too that'll probably greet you, or a handler, and they'll tell you, oh, okay. That's because different items, different things. They have the 8x10s be a certain price. Some will maybe charge extras for things like collectibles, like Funko Pops or extra large props, things like that nature. It's all, it should have there probably should be a little price list up in there too. And you can always ask a question to anyone in line. So I think
one good thing too is, unlike photo ops, we don't have a schedule for autographs. But if a celebrity is not at their booth, you can always check on our schedule to see maybe they're at a panel, maybe they're at a photo op. and you can kind of see where they are and when they might probably be back. So that way you're not left there waiting for too long.
No, should be way too. The chances are they're probably just going and get a break, a little bit, grabbing a bite. Could be at a panel, could just be checking up on things. But and usually they'll have a little sign there saying this way too. Now they will usually leave about within an hour of when the vendor room closes. So it's always a good idea. I always tell everybody try to get to the celebrities before about 5 o'clock, when that's when they will usually there and be there.
We got one question. Will celebrities be signing autographs all day? So for when they're at the booths, they will be signing autographs, but obviously it depends when they're there, what they're doing, and obviously, you know, what days they're appearing.
Their default is if they're at their table, then yes, that's what they're doing. That they came to sign your items, sign their photos, and to meet you. So,
exactly.
Yes, they will be there. They will be there. But and I always tell everybody this way too: if there's somebody you're interested in, and it looks like the line is short, take advantage of that.
Go quickly. That is the best advice, you know.
Absolutely.
You can always go to the panel a little bit late, but get in line there is my recommendation.
All this way too. And we usually record the panels as well too. And you can always come out. So if you missed the beginning of it, you can catch it on YouTube a bit later on. That's another one of our producers, Elisa's amazing jobs. That's why she's not on camera right now. She's busy editing still videos from Richmond. So
yeah. Well, because we have so much programming. I mean, there's never a moment when you're on site that there's not something super fun happening.
Oh, absolutely. And speaking of fun, I think we're ready for another clip from one of our amazing guests.
I think that's a lot
This is another Star Trek veteran. I absolutely adore her. She is so kind to fans, and she's absolutely one of the funniest people I have ever met on or off the stage. Let's show a couple of clips from the amazing Denise Crosby.
I've got this question about the script. I mean, what was that process like for you? How did you deal with it on set?
Well, I mean, you know, I was a young actor in my first TV series as a regular. I had no power of any sort, and you were handed a script, and you were expected to do what is asked of you. I was hired to act in the script. I wasn't hired for my integrity. I wasn't hired for my, criticism or ideas. You play Tasha Yar. This is Tasha Yar in this script.
She is so much fun.
She was good. And also there on stage was also our friends, the Inglorious Trexperts, who are also guests at the show. They do an amazing Star Trek related podcast. The three of them, between the three of them, we have a showrunner, we have a film restorer, and we have a screenwriter of several Marvel projects, including Thor. So those guys are absolutely fantastic. They'll be there all weekend as well, doing their own panels, which I hope to sort of sneak on into. And they'll be hosting several of our Star Trek guests as well. So with that being said, what's next? We want to talk about some dice and some merchandise?
Ooh, that's actually one of my favorite things. I absolutely love all of our merch. I think we have the coolest around. And I actually have a whole bag of it. So one of our first pieces of merch is the bag. We will be selling these tote bags all weekend long. I am a tote bag girl. I love my purse, but at the end of the day, I'm grabbing a tote bag. And this is one of my favorites.
That's first of all, Galaxy Girl, Galaxy Bot, one of our premier spots too. Yes, we got an entire merch. We have two merch stands usually.
Oh yeah.
We have one in the outside foyer area. We have one into the show. Yeah. And what else have we got?
Do you want to reach in the bag and see what you get?
Oh, we got a hat. We've got a hat. GalaxyCon hat, nice and blue. Yep. It's a snapback. Okay, it's authentic. I have to curve
You're
it up.
putting your snapback.
No, it's only two. I put it on, but I got TV hair right now, so I don't know. I messed with it.
I was saying earlier. You know what? So what do we think?
My Jack
Sideways
Lord
or front or full back?
I like back for this because you've already got the shirt, so I think it's a nice compliment. But I know you worked all day on your hair, so
that's so true.
So
we also got a couple, not only hats, but we have beanies.
No,
these will mess up your hair. Yeah, but they're so cute, and I love wearing these. Obviously, we are actually in Florida right now, so it's a little too warm for these. But I know in Oklahoma, you guys definitely get some chills that would make these useful.
Mm-hmm.
We got shirts.
Oh, that's
a jacket.
This is one of those like thin hoodie type ones. It's like a shirt, but it's designed like a hoodie. Sounds right too. And it's, our old school.
Yeah, that's a
logo.
Florida
Yay.
hoodie. That's what we're wearing.
Yeah,
down here.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Kids shirts or, you know, me shirts.
Well. No. Oh, we have phones. We have phones. It's a little wear and tear on this one, but that's
Hey. I only drop it once a day.
All right. Oh, hey, you're the dice expert.
I do.
I'll leave it.
So this is one of my favorite thing that we have is we have dice sets. I am a huge D&D player. I am obsessed. My dice collection is not big enough, and I'll keep telling myself that so I can keep buying all of the different colors, different styles that we have. These are metal dice, which are my favorite. I think they are the most satisfying. So cool. These will all be available at our merch store in Oklahoma, and we have even more than this, which sounds crazy.
In my day, when you got the D&D box set, it was plastic and it came with a little crayon, and you would have to push the crayon really hard into the numbers, and they were hollow plastic. And you're laughing, but I'm dead serious. That's how it is. And we used to drink, and then when you found hard plastic dice, it was manna from heaven. And
in my day, we use Roll20 and we click a button on our computers.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, these engraved metal dice are just absolutely superb. Real quick, what's your favorite D&D character of all time that you've played?
Gosh, I did, and my first one was actually an air genasi named Zephyr. That to this day I think is still one of my favorites. And I immediately, because I love Avatar, and my brain was like, oh, I can be an airbender in D&D. Absolutely. So that's, I think, my top one, even though it was so long ago that I played him.
Nice. I've had a half-elf fighter mage that from my college game.
Ooh.
About every 5-6 years, we get together and we do a reunion game. So everybody's all like, you going to New York? What are you going to do? We're going to lock ourselves in a hotel room and we're going to play D&D all weekend. It's like, you're in the biggest city in the world and you're just playing D&D? Yeah, that's how we roll, baby.
No pun intended?
I see what you did there.
That's why you got to key me so I can pick up all the puns.
All right, so there we go. Well, what do we got next? Do we want to talk about special events?
Ooh, yeah. I think we have a couple really, really cool special events. And specifically, I know we have somebody in chat right now that's really excited for Psych. We have a whole special event. They're doing a podcast recording live at GalaxyCon with special guest Kurt Fuller, which is so freaking cool. You can get tickets for that right now on our special events site. It is a premium event, so it will be an extra ticket on top of admission.
But it's worth it. We don't, again, at GalaxyCon, we're really giving value. And even though it is a premium event, I guarantee, okay, if you were a fan of Psych, this experience is going to be absolutely worth it. I sat in on the setup of the one at our Richmond show, and they really do go all out to deliver it for you. So, and
Absolutely.
also as well, any fans of what, are you a fan of Once Upon a Time?
I am, but actually, before we go into that, we have a video of our Psych people that I think our guests would love to see.
Well, then please, let's roll that, and then we'll talk about that other thing, because we still got lots more to talk about.
Do you have any psychisms, any lines from the show that you find yourself saying day to day, and you're like, oh, I just said that?
I will find myself, sometimes even to myself, going, what? And then I just, it's for no one, but for me. But yeah, I've done that multiple times. That's probably mine.
Certainly when my kids were little, there was a lot of knock it off.
What about you?
You know,
oh boy.
I don't have an occasion to go, Sean, to a lot of people. But I guess if it could be anybody, if I'm pissed off at him, it could just be Sean.
Is anybody here named Sean? We have a Sean right there.
All right, stand up, man. Sean!
They are such a treat, really, and they will be so much fun in Oklahoma. I cannot tell you.
You know what else is fun? I mentioned Once Upon a Time, and we have the always amazing and truly lovely Lana Perea. She, again, I've had the pleasure of hosting her on our online
Absolute
forums.
icon, like
Absolute sweetheart.
Express.
One of the coolest, nothing Hollywood about her whatsoever, and she just absolutely loves her fans.
Yeah, and she loves them so much. She's doing a special meet and greet Once again, this is one of our special events, so it's a premium ticket, but it is cannot express how much it is worth it. She is such a treat, and this is going to get a one-on-one, interaction with her.
So what a meet and greet is basically, it's like you and a very, very select other ticket holders for this event. Basically, you get her for like an hour. Basically, it's a very small group, and just gotta hang out and talk and just ask her whatever you want. I think they get a couple other extra amenities as well too. Get like some. I think you're allowed to take like a self. Anyway, it's on the website. Check that out. So like, I can never go to those things because I'm too busy working elsewhere. But whole point of the matter is,
Thank you, Mike, for thanking us for the info. We are so happy to keep you guys informed. We want to make it so that way you can spend less time looking things up and more time having a great time.
Something else that we've got going on. We've talked a lot about animation and television stuff this way too. And don't forget, we also have our roots in comic books, books and graphic fiction, and also as that as well. Now we have a full battery of amazing comic book guests as well too. Two of my all-time favorites, the amazing Howard Chaykin and Mark Waid are doing their Comic Book U. This is basically this is a hard ticket event, but what they're going to do is they're going to give you, in a couple of hours, they're going to give you an entire year's worth of understanding about graphic fiction and graphic fiction form. And you're doing this from two of some of the biggest visionaries ever. Howard Chaykin is considered absolutely one of the biggest influences. It's kind of like a Bob Dylan of the comic book world, in the sense that he's not really ever done anything mainstream per se, although he drew the first adaptation of Star Wars. He did do the episode of Star Wars, but he has done make through. Of course, Mark Waid, of course, is considered one of the finest comic book writers of the 20th and 21st century, and in his Howard words, actually understands how the synergy between a script and an artist works. So if you are someone who wants to write comics, if you're someone who wants to draw comics, if you're someone that aspires to do both, I absolutely implore you to check this on out. This is going to be a massive amount of education and a very, very little time. And it is absolutely worth it if you want to pursue in a comics, graphic fiction, manga, whatever you want to call it. This is a great opportunity.
So one of the fun things about this too is it is actually a Thursday event. So if you want to kick off your GalaxyCon with a super special event, come a day early, get the tickets to Comic Book U, and be able to really, get a whole extra day of being in the GalaxyCon world with two of the most amazing comic book creators around.
As Howard often says, lives will be changed, but only if you wish it.
Oh yeah. I think we've got a couple more events that we want to highlight. One of them, all the amazing exclusives available at the show, store, and online. Oh yes, we have. Dan. Thank you, Dan.
Well, absolutely. What do you want to talk about the next thing?
Oh yeah,
okay,
so I know someone in chat's really excited for Rocky Horror, which is one of GalaxyCon's most iconic events. We do it at all of our shows, and it's not only an event where we do a shadowcast, we do it with Barry Bostwick himself.
Yes, Uncle Barry, who is, again, one of the nicest and funniest men you'll ever possibly meet. First of all, we have the Rocky Horror Experience, which is a meet and greet with Barry Bostwick himself. Again, I've co-hosted this a couple of times, and basically he'll just sit and he'll answer anything you absolutely want about Rocky Horror. He'll tell you all the stories. It never gets old for him. He's absolutely glad to meet you guys. And of course, the Boom is going to be like doing the full shadowcast. Usually, I believe it's a Friday or Saturday night.
This one is, let me check on our website right now.
Well, the main thing is, the reason I ask is just that the only thing about this, of course, being an R-rated film, we do have to check IDs at the front door, or at least make sure you have a parent or a guardian. And
so we're going to be Saturday at 9:30 p.m. So this is one of our later night events.
Absolutely. So if you have not experienced the Rocky Horror Shadowcast experience, that was a dumb thing to say. Basically, if you haven't done it before, if you're a virgin, as it is, this is one of the great forums to do it too, because you can tick that off your box. And if you haven't had this experience yet, check it on out. Rocky Horror is meant to be seen as a shadowcast. Trust me on this. I foolishly saw it just as a film without the shadowcast.
Oh, wow.
I've regretted it ever since.
So, Patty, can I actually ask you a question?
Sure.
Are you toon enough?
Am I toon enough?
I mean, you look toon enough, but will you truly know unless you go to Toon Fest?
Well, my hair is ridiculous enough for a cartoon character. So tell me more. Tell me more about Toon Enough.
Yep. So I was in the age that Toontown, when it was first in inception, the greatest game to play, and some absolutely amazing programmers and designers has brought it back to life with Toontown Rewritten, who will be doing a huge showcase all weekend long of the world of Toontown. And with our special Toon Enough bundle, you get merch, you get access to all of the panels, and you really get to live the Toon experience. Can get your cogs going. So this is one things for the people that are in Oklahoma that are a big fan of this game, or I know we have some people even traveling across the world to be able to come and meet other Toontown fans, which I think is so cool, especially because this game is so close to my heart personally.
Oh, I'm glad you knew all that, because I certainly didn't.
Well, I think you should go back and play it. I think you would actually have a lot of fun. It is super zany, super kooky, and those are definitely words I'd use to describe you, Patty.
Well, you had me at game and cartoon.
That's true.
So, well, that's great. So do we want to roll a clip? We got some other people in the pipeline.
I think one that people want to see, we could do, I know we have one for Lana Parrilla. So for all of her, meet and greet fans, this is a great taste before making that choice to get those tickets.
Are there any mannerisms or little quirks that you've picked up from any of the characters you've played?
I would save that character that I played for 7 years. It was a major detox. Yeah. I've caught myself a couple times. So I was like, that's not you. That's her. That's her. But when you're playing someone for so long, it's in you. I mean, I was telling that person's story more than I was living my own. It's true. And when you're on a set from 14 to 16 and a half hours a day, you're just you're in this bubble, and you end up absorbing so much of that energy, so much of her anger or her resentment, whatever it was. That's why I loved when that character was in Light, because I was like, everyone's gonna be really happy when I do a comedy one day. But because it's that energy, it sticks with you. It's sometimes hard to shake things off when you're acting, and especially when you're playing a really intense, dark character.
Hey!
I saw in our chat, Carolina girl saying playing Toontown for 15 years. This is definitely the event for you. But so Lana Parrilla, Toontown, Psych, and so much more are some of our special events that we have that, I think really makes the GalaxyCon experience just that much more fun, getting those really special experiences.
Absolutely. Speaking of special, do we want to go into this other next guest real quick? I know it's very special to you and your generation.
So,
and I think I'd rather get this out of the way because we're going to talk about the After Dark stuff. So let's get this wholesome guest out of the way. Then we'll talk a little bit more about After Dark.
34th Street, Matilda, one of my absolute favorites, and such beautiful innocence. Mara Wilson will be coming to Oklahoma City, and she is such a treat, so sweet as she was when she was a kid in all of these movies, honestly.
I was a Mrs. Doubtfire person myself.
Mrs. Doubtfire is also good.
Mrs. Doubtfire, yeah.
Can't get much better than that.
So
Do you watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
I do, and it's very funny seeing Danny DeVito play this absolute monster when he is just the kindest, gentlest guy in real life. And he's not an absolute monster. He's Frank Reynolds. He's hilarious. He's crass. He's terrible. But yeah, in real life, he is the nicest, gentlest man, and so kind and soft-spoken and lovely. Well, he can be soft-spoken and he can also be very loud.
Well, he's from Jersey. We all do that.
Yeah, he's from New Jersey, we love him for it.
So sweet.
Mm-hmm. And that panel was a crazy benchmark for me. She was my 1,300th celebrity guest I've hosted on a convention stage.
Whoa.
Yeah, I've been doing this for a while.
Yeah, I think I've lived 1,300 days.
Well, we're getting out of the daytime, and we're going to go into night for a little bit with, we're going to talk a little bit about our After Dark programming.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So GalaxyCon After Dark is our special NSFW burlesque After Dark brand that we absolutely love. We have some amazing performers at all of our shows. We have burlesque, we have cosplay, costume showcases, and I mean,
well, yeah, it was write it down. Okay, Friday and Saturday night, we'll have burlesque. Okay, we usually have it. We have one every night, Friday night, Saturday night. We'll do a rave and a party event. What are the themes this year for Oklahoma?
So our 2 parties are Adventure Time Rave. So get out your rainbows, come along, grab your friends, and our Swamp Party. That's definitely not related to a specific ogre. It just happens to be really, really green.
Okay, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Say no more. Say no more.
But I cannot say enough. I know growing up going to cons, I didn't want to leave at 8 p.m. I didn't want to leave at 9 p.m., which is why GalaxyCon has programming till 2 in the morning. So don't worry, you can get there at 9 and stay there all day and all night, and we will not stop.
Well, after the morning, we will have drink stations set up. We have various mini bars set up within some of the venues and some satellite bars as well too. So you can keep your libations. Just make sure you drink responsibility, and all that fun stuff. Also too, we also have late night panels as well. We do some really fun stuff.
We host a couple of those.
Yes,
Patty, yourself.
I believe I'll be doing Star Trek After Dark and Doctor Who After Dark, and I might be doing Tipsy Tunes. The After Dark panels are, we ask questions about the characters in this franchise, like, so if this character hooked up with this character, what do you think would really happen? So we ask all those like slightly naughty ones. I tell everybody during the daytime, you're going to see me on stage and you're getting the Dr. Jekyll version of me. For my late night panels, you're getting the Mr. Hyde version. So let's just get that out of the way too. Tipsy Tunes is something that's really fun. It's like my version of drunk history, but with cartoon history.
How fun!
So going to things like that, and so we got the parties, we got panels. We also have we still have gaming going on.
Oh, absolutely! Even after our exhibitor floor closes, our video games are running all night long. So if you want to play your friends at a late night game of Mario Kart or Mario Party, don't worry, we got you covered.
And I believe tabletop goes all night as well too.
Yeah, we have so much going on there, whether you want to be dancing, looking at some gorgeous performers, playing some games, we have you all night long. But we also have programming throughout the day, obviously, panels, celebrity Q&As. I mean,
real quick, let me talk a little bit about the celebrity Q&As. If you've ever gone to one, first of all, we have plenty of them available. Check out on our YouTube channel as well too. And if you want to take part in this, if you come to one of the panels that I'll be running, I'll give you these rules, but I want to give you a little bit of some of the things I've noticed over the years, okay? You want to get yourself in line and just remember a couple of things. One is exactly the amount of questions that you get. You are welcome to go back to the end of the line to ask another part question. And please be advised, don't try to be slick and try a multi-part question, because our moderators will catch on that and they're going to say, that's a multi-part question. So why don't you just take this one part of that question and we'll go from there. 2, and this is really important, feel free to ask a question, but unfortunately don't ask a request. Can I get a hug? Can you give a shout out to my friend? And this is a big one too. Please don't ask our anime actors or animation actors to do voice readings or things in the characters and stuff like that. There's a couple of reasons. One, they get paid to do those voices. Sometimes they're not allowed to do those voices in public. And 2, sometimes they offer that service at their table. So it's all in a part and parcel sort of thing, but can't really have that at the convention. So ask a question, just please don't ask them to do something.
So I can't have them name my firstborn child?
You can ask them that. What would be like, hey, what would be for a good name for my firstborn child? You can do it like that.
Perfect.
But
so for all you
don't ask
people
them,
out there.
but don't ask them to deliver it for you.
Oh.
And also too, and this is another thing as well too, if we have a large panel, okay, if you have an individual question, you can do that at the table. An individual question about their individual body of work or their individual contribution to that body of work, you can do that at their tables downstairs. But when we have a big group, that's a fantastic opportunity. So we only take questions directed to the whole panel. And don't worry, if you're stuck, we'll help you branch it on out so it includes everybody. Because again, it's a rare opportunity to get these multi-part panels and stuff like that. But if you go up to Blue's Clues and you have a question just for Steve, do that at the table. You got all the other, you got the Crisis and Infinite Earths of all the Blue's Clues hosts. So take advantage of that and really just have some fun. And that's when the magic happens on the Q&As, when the guests start talking amongst each other. So, all right, sorry I went on that little tirade, but I'm a Q&A host. I wanted to throw that off all in there. We got some other neat stuff. What's next?
Ooh, I think it's about time for another guest announcement if you want.
Ah, that works for me. What you got?
So this actor is not only known for his amazing live action roles in 30 Rock, as well as being an SNL cast member, he is one of my favorite characters on Rick and Morty, and that is Chris Parnell.
Were there any SNL sketches that just you couldn't get on air for whatever reason? Anything that comes to mind?
Yeah, I mean, there was when I auditioned, I did a piece that I'd done at the Groundlings, which was me dancing to the Mortal Kombat theme. And the setup was that it was I don't think the Academy Awards does this anymore. They would play the song that was nominated for Best Song, and then they would have a dance ensemble perform an interpretive dance to it. Do they do that anymore? I haven't watched the Oscars.
Usually the person who's they sing one of those.
Right.
That's really
They don't have
funny.
interpretive dance.
That's really funny.
They don't have interpretive.
Yeah. So I did it as though the Mortal Kombat theme had been nominated, and I was the interpretive dancer.
That's brilliant. That's so good.
Tyler, cue up Mortal Kombat. Let's go.
But one of the Adam McKay actually, who was one of the head writers on the show, and he really wanted to get it on, and he tried it in a couple of different settings. Like I remember one of them was a boat show, but I don't know. I guess it didn't translate well into that medium, but that was one I would say.
So fun. I also forgot to add he was also an archer.
I told you that.
Yeah,
I
I
mentioned
forgot
that
it.
during the break. No. We have so many guests, and there's so much. Again, so much huge body of work. It's impossible. Yes.
Forget we have the giveaway. So last chance before we pick a winner.
Last chance for a pick a winner. Pick a winner.
Wait, do we announce that at the top of the hour? We're okay. For those who do not know, or maybe we didn't mention it, we did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
you
sorry.
would.
All right, we've gone
But
through so much.
At some point, we do got to close it. So getting your things quick, so that way we can have you in our running, so we can announce our winners.
That's right. Get two weekend passes to any single GalaxyCon show of your choice, and I believe that
Actually, this one's just for Oklahoma.
Is it just for Oklahoma? I
Yes,
thought
it is.
I thought you said it was any one of the choice.
It's any one of the choices.
Oh, I'm so wrong. It's fine. I'll just go here.
No, it's fine. It's good. It's good. Yeah. Oklahoma would be nice to get it too, but again, I think we do have people from other markets in there as well too.
Yeah.
And also, speaking of other markets and other shows, real quick, we are GalaxyCon. We are also Animate. We are also Nightmare, and we are also I can't say yet.
Oh yes, we have so many more exciting new initiatives coming that we cannot wait to tell you about.
Coming soon.
Oh yeah. And one other thing I want to highlight before we move on to our next section is volunteers. We had someone in chat ask, yes, we are still so happy to accept more volunteers. They are the backbone of our conventions. We could not do it without all of our absolutely amazing volunteers. If you want to sign up at our Get Involved page today, you still have the opportunity to be part of the team that actually gets to help make the magic happen.
Volunteering at that first convention in 1983. Hey, kid, come here. Do you want to hand out these flyers? And it was a hotel show. So they had me go through the hotel and go through all the rooms and slide the flyers under the doors.
Oh my gosh.
And for that, I got a Genesis Doctor Who, Genesis of the Daleks cast recording LP.
Whoa.
Which I still have. So that's
ours
that
get a
right
t-shirt.
So the point of the matter is that volunteering at a show gives you it enables you to put your put your foot inside the bubble, and you can kind of see how things work and kind of get an idea of how the magic happens. But who knows? There might be something to this business that intrigues you.
Yeah.
So
want to move on to our next section?
Sure.
Yep. So we have some amazing sponsors that are happening that are helping make Oklahoma City be able to happen. And our first one I want to highlight is Misty Mountain Dice and Misty Mountain Gaming. So they are one of our longest time sponsors. So cool. As I reiterated before, huge dice nerd. And not only do we have our metal dice for sale, if you're one of the first 500 people to stop by the Misty Mountain booth over the weekend, they will give you an exclusive GalaxyCon D20. This is a chunky boy. It's like, the palm of my hand with our own little rocket ship inside. Could not be cooler, but you have to be one of the first 500 people to show up.
One of the first 500.
Oh yeah,
it's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, it's the one you pull out when it's like, okay, it's save versus disintegration. This is it. I need this to be a good one.
Oh yeah.
Okay, now you rolled a 20-sider before the show. I said, is this gonna be a good show? And you rolled a 1.
I did.
But you were afraid it was a to hit roll, and I say it's a proficiency check.
I agree.
So.
And I would like to believe that my stats are higher than 1. But sometimes I'm not so sure.
Yeah. We're doing good. Okay, what do we have next? Any more sponsors, or we have to?
We got a few more to highlight on. One of the other things we have coming is 6 Sides of Gaming. Now, this is once again for all of our D&D fan. We're going to have live D&D happening both Friday and Saturday nights with 6 Sides, and we have some amazing special guests. One of them is Damian Haas, who you might know if you watch Smosh here on YouTube. I personally adore Smosh, and it's so cool to have him here. We also have Lewis Stardust, one of our amazing cosplayers, Tabitha Lyons, who's a really, really cool streamer, and some surprise celebrity guests.
You gotta be there to find out.
Oh, yeah. So,
or read about it on the internet the next day.
Mm-hmm.
But you want to be there.
And then one of our last things we want to highlight is our 2025 pins. So if you are at the con over the weekend and you think, I love it so much, I want to do it again. If you get tickets over the course of the weekend.
Pull it back out.
Oh, we do have pins. Look at me being prepared. Here you go.
All right. So we got, I'm sorry, what was her name? First con?
I think that was Ashley was one of our first. I said it was her first con.
Ashley. Okay. You see me over the weekend, you come up to me and you say, I'm Ashley. And then I'll ask you a story question and I'll give you this. No, I will keep this. I will give this. Okay. Give this to me, Ashley. I need to see an ID that says your name is Ashley.
I don't know if you can see it. It says,
or I will give it to
con.
Yes, I will give this to the first person whose legal name is Ashley, who has an idea that proves it and says just on that. And Ashley, if you get scammed out of it, I'm sorry. The way too. Oh, also we got that way. And this one I love. This is like a retro. I think it's supposed to be a Steven Universe kind of inspired, but I think of a more you know.
The more you know. That's what I also think of. Thank you for getting us back in focus.
And I said Steven Universe inspired.
Oh,
same way that the Swamp Party is inspired. So
I will give my ID.
Okay,
Great,
Ashley Harris. Okay, screen cap that.
Have
Ashley
it too
Harris.
for all of our 18+ events if you're over 18, because we do ID check. That is one of the number one things that kind of messes people up sometimes. We have really cool events, but you can only come in if you can prove that you're old enough to see what you're gonna see.
Oh, absolutely. So, any more fine sponsors?
I think we covered our amazing tattoo artist from River City. We covered Toonfest. We covered Misty Mountain, and we got our pins. So I think that is all of our amazing sponsors. Oh, I lied. C2 Grips is sponsoring our video game arena all weekend long. They are so cool. If you are a gamer and you're holding your controller all day long, C2 Grips has got you covered. They are so cool. I mean, I use them for all of my gaming. And we have really, no pun intended, upped our video game tournament and gaming for the past year. We've gotten some fantastically talented people that have taken over a stewardship of that, and they have really made it. They're bringing in people that I'm like, they're like, I don't know who this person is, but they walk in the room, it's like, rah! I mean, it's like they're getting Monday Night Raw energy. Oh, yeah.
So these folks are rock stars in the gaming circle. So I'm like, okay, it works. Okay.
Great thing to bring up too is we have tournaments going on all weekend long.
Yes.
If you guys want to sign up right now, we have Tekken 8 happening. We have Smash tournaments. We have so many that are live right now for you to sign up. They're so fun. I mean,
Magic the Gathering, Lorcana.
We also have Magic the Gathering and Lorcana. We were getting to that. No, you're so good. So Clash for Cash is one of our other amazing tournaments happening. We have Magic the Gathering where they're doing Modern, Draft, Commander, all different types of Magic, and then Disney's Lorcana. So we have running all weekend long. Each day has different tournaments, which you can find on our tournament page on our website right now and sign up.
I was running a gaming store when Magic the Gathering came out. I looked at it and I said, well, this will be good for a few months, and then the novelty will wear out. Oh boy, was I wrong.
Oh yeah.
I continue to be wrong, and I'm still wrong to this day.
Yeah.
And just as well too. Now, if I just kept those cards.
Yeah. One of my favorite things too is this is a personal thing. For the winners, we give you a really big check. And I love nothing more than oversized items, big scissors, big checks. So if you want to learn magic for no other reason to possibly win that really big check, I would think that's completely valid reason.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? You can spend that check money on. You can bring it to the Alan Bellman Scholarship Awards auction, which we'll have on Sunday at the end of the day, which is also a cocktail hour. What we do is that we auction off. When you come down to the vendor room in the signing area, our celebrities will have the big banners with their pictures on it and their names that goes across the boards. Well, we ask them to sign that, and then we auction them off for charity. And the charity is the Alan Bellman Scholarship Award. Alan Bellman was one of the original Golden Age comic book artists. He was the second person to draw Captain America after Jack Kirby, the co-creator of Captain America, had been drafted into the U.S. Army into World War II. And then later on, Alan himself would go on into it. As he said himself, I can talk about the Nazis because I fought them. He was one of our earliest guests. He was a strong supporter of our show, and he passed away a couple of years ago. And so we have set up this in his name. And what this does is this helps young budding artists get along, help out with supplies, helping out with tutorials and things like that. So it is absolutely a fantastic cause. And of course, you can go home with something that you're going to have to rearrange the furniture for. But it's really amazing.
One of a kind.
Goes with its sauce. And plus, I get to use my little gavel and say, sold American.
And you know, everybody gets the con blues when it ends. So I think the cocktail hour and the auction is a great way to kind of sing our final song at the end of Sunday. But also, what am I talking about? We're before the event, so it's no time to be thinking about the ending. We want to be thinking about all the fun thing that's going on right now.
Oh, and speaking of, tell you what, we got another category, but do we have some more celebrity clips we want to run?
Ooh, if we, this will be producer's choice.
All right, dealer's choice. What do we got?
Dealer's choice. What do we got?
All my haircuts were just terrible. They're the worst haircuts. And it was because I was, and hair and makeup was like, no, we can't give you a better haircut because you're poor on the show. And so all my teenage years, I just looked awful.
Well, that hasn't changed.
It hasn't changed. But my haircuts are right now. And before they were all uneven. So, yeah. But it was a great time. Thank you for liking that show.
Debatable.
Truth.
We're on.
Hey!
Hello.
we were just talking about a difference today. She was typing something down, and I was writing it on my pad of paper with my pen with ink.
Wait, let me see.
But I don't have a quill.
What? How does it connect to my phone, though?
Oh, you wacky kids and your twist records, driving around hot rods. Don't you know that leads to juvenile delinquency?
Yeah. Well, that's why we have a convention, so people can be delinquents in the comfort of our convention hall.
No, absolutely. You know, we talked earlier about, or at the very beginning, about cosplayers, if you want to bring in your props and stuff like that. And again, cosplay etiquette, you'll see lots of cosplayers. And again, cosplay etiquette, basics 101 is, feel free to approach them. Feel free to ask, hey, really good. Can I take a picture of you? Don't ask if you can take a picture with them. You know, just take a picture of you. And if they say no, please respect their wishes and all that fun stuff. But, and of course, why we have so many cosplayers at our shows? Because we have so many costume contests. This is one area that I'm so particularly proud to work for this company for. Most shows may have one, maybe two. We have an entire plethora, and we are going to real quick sort of go down the list. Starting on Friday, we have the runway costume contest. This is a real quick, light and fun one. I'm scheduled to be the MC of that one. It's one of my absolute favorite ones. It's real simple. We just line everybody up. We bring them up on stage, and no pre-signing or anything. Yeah. I just ask for microphone, hey, what's your name? What are you dressed as?
My name is Elena Goodman, and I'm dressed as a podcast host.
Oh, that's fantastic. Anything you would like to share or tell with our audience or our judges about this ensemble?
I did work really hard on my hair.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I'll step back. Give us your best pose. Round of applause. And then wash, rinse, repeat, and go from there. And that's just how it works. We have 6 awards in that category, going all the way up to a $100 cash prize and one of our GalaxyCon custom medals. We switched over to medals a couple of years ago because what we decided, we used to give people plaques and trophies, and we still do it the higher categories. We'll get to the moment. But the main thing is we switched over to medals because that way you could wear it all weekend. You can, somebody can come up to you and say, oh, hey, you were that? Yeah, I was the Star Trek Deadpool Beatle mashup at the runway. Oh, that was you. Oh, that was great. Hey, hey, next thing you know, you made a new friend. Or at
That's
least
why we keep it on Friday, so you have all weekend to gloat.
well, that's why we give them out all weekend. So also on Friday night, the After Dark costume contest. This is, well, it's After Dark. It's part of our After Dark programming. So that should kind of, my battery's going to, that should tell you a little bit about what you might, basically this, if you're wearing something a little racy, a little sexy, or wearing something barely at all, but still within polite company parameters, we invite you to come check on that out. We have 8 awards for that, including a Best in Show for up to $250 and an award medal. And that's a very, very fun one.
Thing I also love this competition is it's one of our competitions with best groups. So if you and your friends want to do Playboy Bunny Evangelion, this is the place for you. It is the absolute time to go with your friends and, plan something really fun, sexy, and strut your stuff. I think it is so cool.
And if you and your gym bros want to come dressed as the Spartans from 300, that's the one you want to go into as a group.
Yeah, I really think too, like whenever we have those really cool big costumes, they're great, but sometimes it's fun to have, something fun, sexy, and again,
it's playful. It's playful and it's fun and it's for grown-ups.
Yeah, obviously we have, age limits with this. So this is one of the things that we do have to factor in. But all of our other competitions, except for our kids, are open to so many different ages.
Absolutely. We're going to bleed into, on the next day, Saturday, the GalaxyCon Oklahoma City Costume Competition. 14 awards. This is the big one. First and foremost, it is pre-judged. You need to register ahead of time. You can register at our website and... my battery died. I'm gonna leave that up though. That way too. And what you do is that we have our staff of our judges. We bring in some fantastic people. You go on in one at a time. You show on off. You can give any sort of trivia or any history about the characters stuff this way too. You get feedback, and our judges will basically adjudicate on that throughout the day. And then Saturday evening we have this huge event. It's always our biggest event. And of course, it'll be co-hosted by me and Witchy Brew Cosplay. And we have an absolutely wonderful, amazing time. Prizes go all the way up to...
Oh, let me get it here.
Best in Show will get
$1,000.
$1,000. And how many categories do we have?
Oh, we have so many. Masters, novice.
Yeah, we really...
Best prop. I love best prop.
14 award categories.
Yeah. One of the things I do want to say too is one of my favorite things about this competition is, sometimes you can have the biggest costume. Sometimes you can have, the most,
Keep talking. I'm going to get out my power cord.
Props and parts. But the main point of this competition is the love, the work, the sewing, the hot glue, all of the different really nitty gritty that goes into making these costumes and showing all of the work that goes into it. Our judges are cosplayers themselves. They're so skilled. I mean, I cannot say enough for how amazing our judges are as well. But they spend hours and hours checking the seam lines, checking all of the parts that go into making these costumes. And so
we're professionals.
Truly. And so the winners of these competitions, they're not only, the most known character, the most, biggest cosplay. They are the people that we can see put their heart and soul into this costume that really makes it stand out.
And another neat thing about this too is that, of course, our GalaxyCon founder and chairman himself, he takes part in this, and he has the Chairman's Choice Awards, where he himself reviews everybody that's competed, and just by his own caprice. Sometimes it's a character that he personally loves. Sometimes it's it's the craftsmanship or everything else. But he gives his Chairman's Choice Award, and it's quite a doozy as well.
Which is so crazy because, in so many places, it feels like sometimes, the people behind are removed. But with GalaxyCon, I can say each and every one of us here is equally as involved with this convention as all of our attendees. We're here with you, so excited about your costumes, about the events, that all the way up to the president of our company, we are all 100% fans just like you.
Absolutely. Special journeyman.
We got a couple more costumes.
Oh yeah, we're going into this. Okay, and Sunday afternoon, the kids costume contest.
I mean, I was a kid.
Yeah, But keep this a secret. Okay, everybody wins in the kids' contest. Everybody wins
because they're all the best costumes.
Everybody wins on that. It's for 13 and under. Although older siblings, if you're part of a group, and of course families can walk across as well. And of course, mom and dad or anybody else with the kid can certainly walk up to them and hold the hand if they need to. Absolutely, it's gentle, it's fun, and everyone's a winner.
As I said, my first con, I was 10 years old, so I would have been more than happy to walk on and strut my stuff with my first cosplay. And it's surprising. We see, honestly, some super impressive cosplays from these kids, even ones that, you know, as a seasoned veteran myself of someone who does cosplay, I look at some things and I say, dang, I couldn't have made a prop that good.
What's, if you had to pick one signature cosplay that you've done, what would you...
My personal favorite that I've done is Chell from Road to El Dorado. That was a kids movie that I had as my favorite as a child. And, you know, I'm pretty tan, so I always try to find characters that I feel like I can really feel myself in. I feel no cooler than I do with Chell. And I even got myself a little armadillo plush that I carry around with it. That makes me have so much fun.
Nice.
Yeah. Or I've also done, this was one of the cosplays I wore when I met some of my best friends ever. I did Kill La Bill. So I had the hair and the scissor blade from Kill La Kill, and then I had the jumpsuit from the bride from Kill Bill. I love a pun.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. My friends who I met at that convention, they're friends for life, because if they can like me in my stupid cosplays, they'll like me forever.
No, I love mashups. I really do. That when mashups started evolving a couple of years ago, I always said like this is where the real fun, the creativity, you see that. So I am so psyched to see what Oklahoma brings to the table. Also, and we're not done yet. On Sunday, we have
Hey, Elgin is there.
No, yeah. What? Oh, Elgin. Hey, how's it going? Elgin Davis in the chat room. He is one of our amazing hosts. And no, believe it or not, he is not my nephew or my son. We just kind of had the same sort of like poofy hair.
If I wanted to host, would I also have to get that haircut?
Well,
I think I'd look good with the fade.
No. I think it's just with the guys. You know, it's like we said, we were trying to get Victor to grow out the kid and play
of course.
afro this way too. Anyway, all right. So the masquerade costume contest is a very, very, very interesting one. It is a costume contest, but it is also a performance. What our contestants do is either as a solo or as a group, they do a creative performance expression of some kind. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they come up and they sing. They may come up and lip sync. They may dance. They may do a little routine. It's wildly different every time. Mm-hmm. I have seen some of the most incredible and diverse, unexpected surprises and acts on the masquerade stage.
I've seen one actress, she did hula hoops on all of her limbs, and I was so shocked.
Yeah.
In a full Miku cosplay.
Yes, and that's the thing about it too. Okay, not only do you see some fantastic cosplay going on, but you also see like they're doing some really amazing like choreography, athleticism, choreography, fight routines. It's a complete mixed barrel, and I'm so looking forward again to seeing what Oklahoma City is going to bring, especially to the masquerade table, and that has up to 8 awards. The largest being the best in show on that. It's going to get you $500 and an award trophy.
If any of these interest you, you can actually sign up today to be part of any of these competitions. We have applications open now. Obviously, we also have, like for our runway, you can walk up. But, you know, if you really, really want to make sure you get a spot in these, especially our big costume contest, we have applications online right now.
Yeah, runway eventually does get capped, though. There's a certain point where it's like, I think our maximum is like 75, but I believe we do have caps as well, too. Uh-huh. So if you're curious, please register sooner than later, because we do have limits on these as well. And also for if you're interested in the masquerade and you can incorporate music and stuff like that, there are the technical parameters that we need on there too, because we have to run it and make sure your music cues and it plays and all that fun stuff. It takes a little bit of preparation, but trust me, it's worth it.
One last thing I want to say too is one of my favorite things about this, like I said, with the After Dark, like I said with some of our, is groups. You can have as big a group as you want with this. You can have a group of you and your 10 friends that learn a K-pop dance, that build a human pyramid. There's so many options, but I love the fact that it brings people together. I mean, like I said, I've met some of my best friends at cons. I think it's a great place to really, you know, build those relationships. And if you want to go in and compete with your friends, no matter what, I think at the end of the day, you're going to walk away having a great time.
I am really, really excited. I think we're kind of at the end of our list.
We are. Do you want to announce our giveaway winner?
Yes, I think we do. Do you want to do it on your
piece of paper,
on my
Patty?
piece of paper? All right. If you are in our audience still right now, and I certainly hope you are, Blake Howard, make some noise by typing because you have won 2 weekend passes to any GalaxyCon or GalaxyCon related show of your choice. So, like I said, that also may include animate, may include, if you're into horror, may include nightmares. So, congratulations, Blake. You are the big winner.
We will also have our team reach out to you to get that confirmation, to get those tickets. So do not worry. We will be able to have all of this together. And yeah, it's going to be super excited. I mean, I think Oklahoma would be the super fun one to pick. But obviously, we have events all over the country. And, you know, all of them are an absolute blast. No pun intended.
What are you looking forward to the most of this show?
I think I am looking forward to, I mean, personally, I'm also excited to see Oklahoma City. It's my first time going.
Me too. Me too. So if anyone has any dining selections or any restaurant ideas.
Anything open after 2 in the morning, preferably.
Yeah. And we already know about Uber Eats, so we're covered on that.
Oh, yeah. But no, and as far as our show, I mean, cosplays, I think, you know, if you come out, no matter what, from a t-shirt and some jeans and you're playing an NPC up to the full done up, you know, dragon costume, I'm having a great time. And I think it's just so cool to see what everyone comes up with.
Well, it sounds very good.
Patty?
Oh boy. We got some fantastic programming lined up. Like I said, I got some fun late night panels I'm doing myself, and then some other friends of ours are doing some stuff. Like I said, I love catching the Inglorious Trexperts, and I love rating their panels. I'm really interested. I've done Daredevil before. We got some new wrinkles in that. We have some new Daredevil cast members joining us, so I'm very excited
Charlie
for that.
Cox, Winston Bethel, Deborah Ann Wall.
And of course, D'Onofrio, the Kingpin himself. Again, another sweet guy. I've worked with him several times, and just an absolute mensch.
We got one suggestion for Bricktown is the place. Multiple bars, restaurants, and fun activities. Thank you, Maddie. We legitimately really love these because
good. And Ryan Pratt suggests. Oh yeah.
I think you will. If you want to see us, you might find us in Bricktown. Apparently.
All right. Brian Bartlett. Okay, he made his possible suggestion. All right, well, Brian, we'll explore that. We'll explore that spot too. I'm not saying it'll replace it. Maybe we'll just do a spot.
I will say, if there's any other reason to do these live streams continuing, it's to get food recommendations. I think at the end of a long event, all we want is some good food.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I think we've kind of
do we want to ask if anyone has any final questions before we close up shop here?
We got anything from our peanut gallery?
I mean, this peanut gallery over here is good.
15.
Okay.
Woo!
Jovi. All right, Jovi. All right, Jovi. Come and see me. I'll have one of these for you as well. So I got one.
No pins left to sell.
No, I'll have two. Okay, so
Dave's hot chicken is good. I am such a hot chicken fan, so
I do like me some hot chicken. Okay,
great.
All right, producer Elise, you got anything else for us? Did we play all the clips?
If we want to do one more, we can do one more.
Let's close out with what did we go? Give us some clues, because I have forgotten.
All right, voice actor.
Oh yeah, that narrows it down.
I know, voice actor.
We already did
Hazbin. He's in other things that I'm sure you know, Patty, but he's in one of my favorite Disney movies.
Oh, I think I know who it is.
Okay, he was also in Space Camp.
Sure.
Her entire was sure.
Let's play him.
Let's run it.
He just came up with this whole thing about, did my hair just go out?
Whoa, is my hair out?
He just made that up. That wasn't in the script. And I remember seeing him do that, say that line, and I didn't know it was going to be animated, but it stuck with me. It was like, oh my God, this guy's really thinking about what the audience is seeing, and really sort of playing with it, and he was just so inspiring. And then when I saw it, I was like, dude, those guys are so smart. You know, like they really know how to take the jewels of what you say.
So fun. I love Hercules.
I love Space Camp.
Oh, apparently.
No, he's one of the kids. They say it's again. I'm old. No, Hercules is fantastic. I've had a chance to talk to him about that several times.
Blake, hi, congratulations.
All right, Blake, glad we could do that for you. Thanks for tuning on in. And thanks to everyone else for joining us for this virtual event. Hope we've been able to maybe illuminate you, especially to all of our brand new friends in Oklahoma City, and give you an idea of what you can expect, and kind of give you an idea of the scope of what's going on. Because again, we are at GalaxyCon. we want to build, and we want to create, and really what we want to do is we don't want to do just a show where you go on in and maybe get one autograph, you cruise the vendor room. And by the way, if you're not familiar with the vendor room, we have a gargantuan vendor room full of people that sell an incredible amount of things. Yes, you got Funko Pops, comic books, action figures, posters, original art. And then we have Artist Alley, which is another area as well too, where a lot of craftsters, artists, sculptors, jewelry makers, things like that. You could kill a whole half of a day just in the vendor room alone. So if you've only bought a one-day ticket, maybe you might want to consider doing a multi-day pass, because again, we really want to we really have built this up. We're really going to make this a multi-day experience for you. But if you're only going to join us for one day, we're so excited to have you there. If you join us for all weekend, we're so excited to have you there. And you're just going to stick your head in the door and get one autograph from that one celebrity that you want, and then take off. We are so excited to have you there.
Yep. If there's one thing I think I want everyone to take away is we are fun. We want you guys to spend the whole day being as goofy, as silly, as outwardly excited as you can be, because we are just as excited about all of this as you are. We love our fans. We are fans. We love our celebrities. We love our attendees. As much as we can say that it is as much fun for us as it is for you guys. And it makes us have a great time seeing how much you guys really do enjoy at GalaxyCon.
So with that, thank you again so much for tuning on in. Thank you so much for everyone in attendance. Thank you to Sam, who is in the chat room there, answering a lot of your questions. Thank you to producer Elise. Even thank you for Mo for,
we're doing stage. Pedro for getting us looking. When we started this, I said the one rule is you have to make me look good. So,
my thanks, of course, to my amazing co-host. Thank you for joining us all this way too. We should make this a regular thing, shouldn't we?
It really is such an honor. I know you have been a GalaxyCon face for so many years that you know what it's like. Working with a veteran.
I just carry the flag, so the flag's in front of me, so nobody can see me.
There you go.
Anyway. All right, friends, that's all we got for now. Like I said, if you have any further questions, please info@galaxycon.com, and of course, feel free to like us, check us off on social media. When you take all your pictures at the show, please tag us in whatever social media you're on. Don't be afraid to tag us on GalaxyCon Oklahoma City, or just GalaxyCon if you want. We have a hashtag for everything.
We do.
Absolutely do. And remember, the more stuff you tag us in, the more work you're creating for producer Elise.
And you're already here. Hit the subscribe button.
And now she's as they say on YouTube, smash that like bell.
Smash that bell icon, smash that subscribe button, and we will have so many more of these live streams, and we'll have live streams going on all weekend long at Oklahoma City. So we're so happy to have you here, and it is absolutely just the beginning of a really, really great event.
And of course, we do the TikTok thing too, right?
We do our TikToks. We have Tanner, another shout out, who is alive from Canada, who will be at our shows helping get all of the cool TikToks that you see that we're posting all the time. And it shows the fun side of all of our celebrities, which I think is really unique.
Oh, I think that was a really thing.
That's our
Plus,
cue?
now your battery's running on low. Well, friends, thank you for joining us as always. Bye-bye. Take care. We will see you next week at Oklahoma City. And remember, smiles are free. Spend them often.
Woo!